Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Save Me a Seat, Chapter 31, Ravi. As my mother and I walked toward the front door under our big umbrella, I noticed Bigfoot crossing the street with a tall woman in a yellow coat. The wind blows her coat open, and I recognize the apron she's wearing. She's one of the workers in the lunchroom, a person they call the lunch monitor. Could this be Bigfoot's mother? Suddenly, I remember the cartoon Prima had found in my backpack. I'm Stupid's mommy. The person who drew this cartoon was insulting Bigfoot's mother, just as he insulted mine. Are you listening? Asks Amma, pulling on the chin of my monkey cap to straighten it. I made curd rice for your lunch today. I know, Amma, you told me. Wait, let me finish. I made curd rice, but I checked the school menu. The option for today is pizza. It's vegetarian, so she unties a knot at the end of her paloo. Inside are 2 paper notes and 2 25-cent coins. I thought you might want to eat lunch at school today like the others. I want to, number 1, throw my arms around Amma and give her a big kiss. Number 2, tell her she is the best mother in the world. Number 3, show her the page in Bud Not Buddy where Bud says he carries his mama around inside him all the time. But here's what I do instead. Thank Amma for the lunch money. Look around to make sure no one was watching. And give her a quick hug. Amma, Prima, and Prepa are waving to me as they drive away. I watch until the maroon Odyssey disappears over the hill and I can't see them anymore. Yesterday I was feeling like a complete failure, but today as I walk into Albert Einstein Elementary School, I feel like the luckiest boy in the world. Chapter 32, Joe. Dylan Samreem jumps out of a black Mercedes 3 cars down the line. It has one of those vanity license plates you have to pay extra for. It says, envy me. Envy. That might be a vocabulary word that you might want to know. Envy. What does envy mean? E-N-V-Y. Inside, I can see his mother looking in the mirror on the back of the sun visor as she puts on her lipstick. My mom only wears lipstick when she's going out to a party. She looks better without it. The wind is blowing and it's really pouring now. Everyone is honking their horns because Ravi's mom's minivan is blocking traffic. Do you need your plugs? My mother asks me. I shake my head. It's okay. Mom, pop the trunk, Mom, Dylan shouts, banging his fist on the roof of the black Mercedes. Mom, are you deaf? I said pop the trunk. The trunk finally opens and Dylan leans in and pulls out his big cardboard box. He wraps his arms around it and walks away without bothering to close the trunk. Mom and I look at each other and then I run over and close the trunk. Mrs. Samreem doesn't say anything. She just flips her visor back up and drives away. Have I already told you that I think you are one terrific kid? My mom says a minute later as we walk through the front door. She heads off to the cafeteria, and I start walking down the hall toward room 506. Ravi is walking in front of me. He's pulled off his weird red hat and is trying to comb his hair down flat with his fingers. It's not working too well. Dylan Samreem is standing by the door when we get there. Morning, ladies, he says, flashing one of his evil crocodile grins. Welcome back. We both ignore him. Ravi goes straight to his desk. I notice he's carrying a small package wrapped in the same kind of brown paper his math notebook was covered with. I put my hand in my pocket and feel the little glass dish. It had seemed like such a good idea when I told my mom about it in the car, but now I'm not so sure. What if nobody gets it? Before we begin, boys and girls, Mrs. Beam announces, I'd like for you to place your personal reflection objects on your desk and bring your explanation cards up here and put them in this basket. There's no turning back now. I hang up my raincoat and carry the glass dish over to my desk. Then I dig around in my backpack until I find the plastic bag containing my object. I had picked it based on its perfect shape and color. After examining it carefully to make sure I hadn't cracked or chipped on the way to school, I put it in the dish and take the index card with my sentence written on it up to Mrs. Beam. I'm looking forward to seeing what you brought today, Joe, she says as I drop my card into the basket, and then she smiles at me. I don't know why, but there's something about that smile that gives me hope. Maybe Mrs. Beam will like the idea I came up with for my object. Maybe she'll realize that I'm not really a pain in the neck. Who doesn't pay attention? Maybe she'll even write something nice about me on my report card at the end of the year, the way Mr. Barnes did. But apparently, none of those maybes are supposed to happen, at least not to me, because when I get back to my seat, the little glass dish is empty. Chapter 33. Ravi. Dylan Samreem is standing near the door when I arrive at room 306. I ignore him and his crooked Shakti Kapoor teeth, and I take my seat. Place your personal reflection object on your desk and bring your explanation cards up here and put them in this basket, Mrs. Beam tells us. Before I can unwrap my packet, I first need to wipe off my glasses, which have become clouded up from the weather. Amma gets upset with me if I use anything other than the special wiping cloth Dr. Batra gave me to clean my glasses, so I open up my backpack and pull out the cloth. Just as I am about to remove my glasses, Dylan Samreem reaches around me and snatches something off Bigfoot's desk. He pops it into his mouth and quickly sits back down, but not before I have seen what he's taken. Chapter 34. Joe. It's my own fault. I should have known better than to leave anything out on my desk when there's a known kleptomaniac sitting 2 feet away. So much for impressing Mrs. Beam with my great idea. All I have left is an empty dish, which is exactly what I feel like at the moment. Ravi has left his package sitting unopened on his desk, while he takes his card up and puts it in the basket. Lucky for him, Dylan is too busy unpacking his own box to notice. Mrs. Beam starts talking to Ravi about the Indian cookies his mom made for her, but I get distracted when I see what Dylan Samreem has bought. It's a big plastic yellow star with a picture of, what else? Dylan's face glued to the center. Perfect. I watch as he rips open a pack of AA batteries and loads a bunch of them into the back of the star. When he's finished, he sets it on the desk, pushes the on button, and the whole thing lights up and starts playing Ghetto Superstar. Lucy Mulligan and her little girlfriends come running over. Pretty soon, they're all dancing around Dylan while he sings along to the music. Ghetto Superstar, that is what you are, coming from afar, reaching for the stars. His singing is bad, but the girls don't care. I notice his boxers are decorated with yellow stars and the top 3 buttons of his shirt are undone. Gross. I'm not sure, but I think he might have glitter on his chest. Take your seats, please, boys and girls. We'll get started, Mrs. Beam tells us. I am in big, big trouble.